Hi guys, welcome to the channel. It's probably your first time. The statistics would show that at this point. Yeah, welcome to the Rock Turtle YouTube channel. This is going to be episode 1 of a new series that I'm starting. Everything's pretty new at this point, I guess. But yeah, this new series is going to be based around a poster I have. So I have, and I will get it in future episodes, I have a scratch poster of 100 of the greatest films of all time. Okay, right? You start off with obviously a 10 by 10 blank grid. You've got the names and the directors and stuff. You cross them off as you go. It reveals a cool picture of what's behind them. And this is going to be episode 1. So yeah, welcome. Of course, I've had this poster for years. I think since 2019, I've had this poster. So, excuse me. So at this point, I think I've seen, as of this film I'm going to be talking about, I think I've seen 82 films on this poster. So yeah, in terms of the whole value of the poster, we're not going to get a great deal of content from this, you know, compared to if it was 100. But there you go. So the film we're going to be talking about on this occasion, for this first time on the channel, is A Clockwork Orange. Okay, this was released in 1971. Directed by one of the greats, probably undisputedly, I think that was what I was going for. Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, so this stars Malcolm McDowell, and I'm afraid to say not many other people of note. And Malcolm McDowell himself isn't even necessarily an A-lister these days. But yeah, this is a film set in Britain, kind of a, not exactly the Britain that we know today, or as it even was in the 1970s. It's a very fictional film. That might seem silly to say. Not quite sci-fi, but I suppose there's an element of that in there. So yeah, let's talk about it. A Clockwork Orange. I watched this in 2 sections because, classic me, I fell asleep about halfway through. Not because I wasn't loving it, I actually was, but yeah, I was just watching it late at night. You know, when the atmosphere is right. I had work in the morning. Yeah, I fell asleep, as happens. Come on, we've all done it. So yeah. Where should we start? Let's go with the music. The music in this film is quite brilliant. There's a particular theme that is used a number of times throughout this film, and the kind of cinematography that it's coupled with, and the events that are happening on screen, in terms of where you are at that point in the story, are just pretty spectacular. This theme plays in the first scene, the first shot, which is the most iconic, right? If you've seen it, it's, you know, Malcolm McDowell, very intense on the camera, just like this, and he's got his fake eyelashes attached on one eye. The hat, I can't remember what the hat is called, but yeah, and it just slowly zooms out on him drinking a glass of milk in this kind of weird club with his droogs. So this piece of music is used in that. It's used throughout the film in a number of different scenes, and every time it plays, honestly, it's like crack. You just feel you are being lifted up to like a new level of life when this music plays. It's that powerful. Excuse me. And I was disappointed to find out after the film that it wasn't an original piece for this film. It's actually called Music for the Funeral of Queen Mary. I think I got that right. It was, yeah, it already existed, and it was just a perfect combination, I guess. A lethal combination, you might say. Excuse me, I'm incredibly ill at this point. Yeah, luck would have it. It just would be the case that as soon as I'm trying to start a YouTube channel, I've got a terrible cold. So yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah, so that's used a number of times in very powerful ways, and I think it makes quite a brilliant impact every time. What else is there? Yeah, as I mentioned, the cinematography. First of all, the aspect ratio of this film is fascinating. I don't know my technical terms that well. This might be 4:3 aspect ratio, which I think is what Zack Snyder's Justice League was done in. I'm sure it's been in more famous examples. That's just the only one that comes to mind right now. Where it's almost kind of squarish. It's almost like it's quite boxy. It's not filling up very much of the screen. But yeah, and not only that, but maybe, I don't know if it was just because I watched this on my PlayStation, the specific copy of the DVD that I have, but this was, it was kind of only taking up like a small section in the center of the screen where there was actually black all around. So yeah, like quite a thick border around where there's nothing happening of the actual picture of the movie. So that was interesting. But beyond that, I mean, some of the shots in this film were just spectacular, but you can tell that this has been done on quite a small budget. I haven't checked this. I haven't done my homework, but I'm willing to bet you good money that this film had quite a small budget. But like that, every penny has just gone in the right places to make this look the most interesting it possibly can be. I mean, there are shots of water, sometimes of roads, of like tunnels and hallways. I guess hallways, that's a skill he would have used again in The Shining those years later. I don't think that was after. Okay, I'm really showing my lack of ball knowledge here. But yeah, The Shining, I actually didn't care for, personally. That's a potential hot take of mine, but we'll come to that another time. Yeah, I'm kind of waffling around. I didn't write a script for how I wanted to do this review, but to kind of cut to the chase, I think A Clockwork Orange is a masterpiece. I think this film was absolutely phenomenal. And I haven't said much about the premise of the film, and that's kind of deliberate. I don't want to. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't have many viewers at this point, so like, why am I even saying this? But even if this film had tens of thousands of viewers, I'm betting like over 90% of the people would not have seen Clockwork Orange, because it's obviously regarded as a great film. Like, it has a high score on IMDb and stuff. It's by Stanley Kubrick, so excuse me. So film people are obviously gonna have heard of this, possibly have seen it, but even people that love film, like myself, I obviously hadn't seen it until just a couple nights ago. But yeah, I think it's pretty underwatched. It's not one that's spoken about a lot these days, but my gosh, I think it is absolutely phenomenal. I made the decision to watch it with subtitles, which I made pretty early on, just because there's a lot of very strange language used in this film. A lot of, dare I say, made up words, some of which I thought were made up, and I actually found out, oh, this is like old British slang that just hasn't been used for ages, or maybe still is used now, but in very, very niche circles. Like vidi apparently means to look at something or observe. That's something I'd never heard in my life. Droogs. There's all sorts of like weird, excuse my language, there's all sorts of weird shit going on with the script of this film. But I kind of loved it, honestly, in the dialogue. Malcolm McDowell narrates this story as it goes, which can sometimes be a bit annoying, but it definitely wasn't here. He's not exactly an unreliable narrator, sorry. That's me using the American pronunciation of narrator. Yep. I need to remember that I'm British, even though I'm content creating. That's weird to say. Where was I? Yeah, Malcolm McDowell narrates this film, and that can be annoying, but I think it works really well here. As I say, there's a lot of things where he'll just be saying a word, like one that comes to mind is steak, as in the food, but he'll say steaky wakey. Like, that sounds really stupid and childish, and it doesn't. That sounds like it's not speaking to the credit of the film, but it really is supposed to. I think the language used in this film was like particularly stunning. But yeah, honestly, I really don't want to say too much about the story of this film. I don't want to go into spoilers, because I think this is just one that not many people are going to have seen. A Clockwork Orange is brilliant. I'm going to watch this video back afterwards and kind of pick apart, how was the structure of this review? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this has gone, because I kind of haven't gone into much. But yeah, summarizing points. There are brilliant visuals. There's brilliant music. Excellent performances, and yeah, I just don't want to go into too much more. I just really encourage you to watch this film and be prepared, because there are a few scenes that are hard to watch, sometimes very hard to watch. That will be obvious why once you get into it. I will warn you, I don't know, trigger warning, SA, right? If that's something that is gonna get you, which it can do me at points. That is in this film, numerous times, by the way, not just once. So yeah, be careful, like be prepared. You want to go into this in a kind of a good state of mind, because it will probably take a toll on you. But wow, I'm struggling for a word, but I was pretty blown away by what this film was able to do. The feelings that it invoked in me, and just kind of the story that it takes you on with this main character. I mean, again, I don't want to get into it too much, but he is so despicable at the beginning, and you kind of just get to observe as he goes on this fictional journey, because it is fictional, that, you know, this stuff isn't real, but there are very, very real themes in it. Again, don't read up on what the themes of this film are. I think you will just have such a more rewarding experience with this film if you know absolutely nothing going in, which I kind of knew nothing going in. I'd like read the blurb of the DVD, but that didn't give too much. Probably still more than I wanted to know, but yeah. Yeah, that's a Clockwork Orange, guys. In terms of a score, I am going to give numbered scores on stuff. I was debating whether I wanted to do that on this channel, but I think I will. I know it kind of encourages people to just skip to the end of the review, but you know, it is what it is. So I do have a Letterboxd. I gave this 5 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd. In other words, a 10 out of 10. In my opinion, and I not to sound like an arsehole, but I don't give out 10s like really easily. I do just sound like a snob, don't I? I try not to be, but yeah, I don't just like throw 10s around like just because I like something. I try to be careful doing it, and it's actually rare that I'll give out a 10 out of 10 on a first viewing of something. But I saw this and I just was confident that I had to give it a 10 out of 10. Again, it was pretty mesmerizing, this experience, and one that I will never forget. I can't really speak too highly of this film. I don't think I can exaggerate how good it is. I think it's that brilliant. So yeah, I would absolutely encourage everyone watching this to please go and check it out. If you're in the UK, like Amazon Prime will always have everything on there, even if you have to pay for it. It might be like £4 or something, £4. If you're in other territories, I don't know, I can't help you. But yeah, I don't think A Clockwork Orange is free on any services, to my knowledge. So it might be one that you have to pay for. But my God, it's going to be worth your money. Whether you hate it or love it, you're gonna feel things watching this film. And yeah, that's kind of all I can say. So yeah, a 10 out of 10 from me. In terms of this poster, and I will show you the poster in future episodes. I just haven't prepared this very well. In terms of the poster, I think there's only been one film that I've ever watched because it was on the poster and given a 10 out of 10 to, and that was 3 Idiots, which is a Bollywood film from 2009, I think. 3 Idiots. That's the only time that's ever happened before. There are films on the poster that I rate as a 10 out of 10, but like I'd already seen them before they were on before I got the poster. Does that make sense? In terms of stuff that I've watched since getting the poster solely because they're on there, yeah, this is only the second time that this has happened where I've confidently just given something a 10 out of 10, having discovered it fresh. So yeah, absolutely see A Clockwork Orange. Yeah, it's brilliant. Like, I know, newsflash, Stanley Kubrick film is great. But yeah, please watch this film. Yeah, I just don't think you'll regret it. Again, you might love it, you might hate it. It's one of those. Certainly one that you can't ignore. If you watched all the way through this video, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Wow, I guess it feels weird saying this, but I guess like this video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. And definitely, what was I going to say? Watch Clockwork Orange. Oh yeah, and links. In terms of links, I have a Letterboxd. If you want to follow me on Letterboxd, I think my name is Rock Turtle. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Same name as my YouTube. I think it's just that. Well, I was about to say, where's my phone? I'm recording on it, so I can't check right now. But yeah, anyway, that even if that's not the name, the names of my other links, like my Instagram and stuff, will all be on. Will all be in the bio of my YouTube channel, so you can check it out there. I mean, I'm terrible at this at the moment. I'm just starting off, but yeah, check that stuff out. Follow me on Letterboxd, or don't. I mean, it's up to you at this point. But yeah, please watch A Clockwork Orange because it's sensational and it won't be a waste of your time. Thank you again for watching, and hopefully I see you in another video quite soon. I haven't come up with some kind of catchy, leaving, what am I trying to say? A catchphrase to like close videos out of, to close videos on. So I'll just leave it at that for now. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and watch A Clockwork Orange because it's pretty brilliant. Goodbye.